At Mesa Properties, we handle all of the maintenance on your rental property so that your rental property doesn't end up owning you. Now, most owners have four main questions as it relates to how we handle maintenance. And I'm going to step you through that now. The first question that owners will often ask us is, what's the repair limit? What are you going to handle on your own, and when are you going to contact me? And that's a really good question. And basically, if it's a habitability issue or an emergency situation, we're going to get that thing fixed. If you got a water leak, if you've got a fire, something catastrophic that's going to cause real extended damage to your home, we're not going to contact you. We're simply going to fix the problem. In other situations where it's not an emergency, we have a $500 limit that we're going to handle anything so that we're not bothering you on small repairs. But if it's over $500, we're going to call you first and get your approval and then proceed through the whole process of managing that repair. The second question that people will often ask is, how do you choose the vendors? Well, first of all, we don't handle any of the maintenance in-house on our own. Anytime you do that, people are going to want to use that in-house maintenance to turn a profit. And we don't see ourselves as maintenance people per se. We are property managers, and we're going to manage both your property and the maintenance issues as they come up. So we really have two classes of vendors. The first one would be a licensed contractor who's licensed, bonded, and insured. And those are the contractors that we use to do the repairs when there's a larger issue. If there's a kitchen remodel that needs to get done, if there's been any type of extensive damage, that's going to be handled by a licensed contractor. The second class of vendors that we have are really our handymen. And those are ones that handle small jobs that don't need a license, that we can pass better value to you by using these folks. And they're also typically more responsive. Contractors that are on bigger jobs like to be on bigger jobs for longer periods of time, and they're not often available as quickly as a smaller handyman would be for a smaller job. The third most common question that we get is, can I handle my own repairs? Or can I send my own guy? And the short answer is no, you can't do that. And there's three reasons for that. Number one, it breaks what we call the buffer zone. One of the advantages of having a property manager is your tenant doesn't have your contact information, so they're not calling you at 2 o'clock in the morning for the leaky toilet or the water problem. They're calling us. If you establish a direct relationship with your tenant, they're going to be calling you and bypassing us, which really turns you into the property manager, and yet you're still going to end up paying us, not to manage the property, but to simply unwind that relationship, and that's not healthy. Number two, overall, it slows the process down. The vendors that we work with have very clear guidelines on when they're supposed to contact the tenant, how quickly they're supposed to do that, and then schedule the work. And then if they're unable to reach the contact at the tenant's property, they call us back so that we can then escalate that so that those repairs are handled quickly. Oftentimes when it's a third-party vendor, somebody that the owner knows, they don't always close the loop with us. They may or may not even call you. They just may get around to it later, and that slows the whole process down. The third reason that we don't allow you to do that is it really does create unhappy tenants. Remember, vacancy time is costly. Unhappy tenants, the number one reason tenants will often cite when they leave is that the property manager didn't handle repairs on a timely basis. And we have a very good reputation of handling repairs, handling them well, making sure that they get done in a cost-effective manner, and the tenants are happy with that. And that's a win-win for everybody involved in the situation. The fourth question that people often ask is, how does Mesa control costs? How do you manage that? Well, over the 15 years plus that we've been in business, we've handled over 50,000 work orders, opened them, managed them, closed them, got the vendors paid, got the issue resolved. We have many vendors that we've used for years, and we're very familiar with them. They do good quality work. And also, importantly, because we have so many vendors, we know what typical street pricing is going to be, for instance, to replace a garbage disposal, to put a new roof on a home. We've seen so many of these. We know that when a vendor comes in with a price that's way out of line, we're not just going to say, oh, that sounds good, go ahead and do it. We're going to ask questions. Why is this so much higher than what we're seeing across the industry? What are you doing that's different? And sometimes the vendor is simply charging more, and we'll push back on that. That's not going to be a rubber stamp. We're going to make sure that you're getting value for the charge that you're being presented with for that repair. The other thing that we do is we verify all invoices. We make sure that the work was actually performed. We do inspections. We do photos at before and after on large repairs. And we make sure that the work that we're being charged for is the work that's actually being done, and that work is being done in an appropriate fashion, and everybody in that situation is happy with it. The tenant was happy with it, the owner's happy, and we're happy that it was performed properly. So those are the ways that we focus to make sure that you're getting the best value for the maintenance that you're paying for. The number one reason people hire a property manager is to manage their property. It's pretty simple. All aspects of it, the tenant relationship as well as the maintenance relationship. And so we handle that for you in such a way that you don't have to worry about it. We do it effectively, we do it quickly, and we make sure that there's not stress on you so that you can own rental property, as we say, without it owning you.